What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. This is going to be your review for the Real Housewives of Potomac Season 5, Episode 11. So, this episode was, I'm not going to use the word filler, but I guess coming off of the last couple of weeks, it just was sort of like We have Karen, who has been invited to go to her high school's homecoming. We know Karen comes from, a really small town in Virginia. And what I didn't realize, though, was that Karen's family, I don't know, I guess I didn't realize, we'll get there, So she invites Ashley, which, okay, cool, you're inviting Ashley and Giselle. I said that had to be production, because there is no way in the world that I feel like Karen would have voluntarily invited Giselle to go to her hometown for homecoming. And I don't feel like Giselle would have went. So this is clearly something that production cooked up. Okay, fine, whatever. So they're getting ready to go, whatever. And as they're leaving, like, Ray is damn near pushing them out the door. Like, Ray is really ready for Karen to get her ass down that road. I guess he was really looking forward to having the house to himself for the weekend. I don't know. He planning like a risky business type party situation. If y'all don't know what risky business is, I'm a little dated. It's a movie. Look it up. Tom Cruise. Yeah. And Ashley was like, well, is it a baby-friendly event? And Karen said, yeah, girl, it is. But Ashley ends up leaving the baby. She said, hey, we're only going 2 hours away. We only spending the night. I should be good. So, they get down there and we get to meet Karen's family. We get to see, and what we find out is that Karen's family has a farm, and not like a little old farm, like a farm where they are like, harvesting stuff that's going all around the world. It's like a family business, and she has a lineage. And what I mean by that is, in the Black community, it's hard for a lot of us to be able to trace our family back to slavery because of records, because of whatever, right? Her family is living on the land that her ancestors were once slaves on. And they are farmers making it. And it looks like it's a pretty lucrative situation. It looks like it's a family business that's running it. And I just have to say bravo to that. Like, I feel like that is a story, and maybe I've missed it over the years, but I feel like that is a story that Karen should be sharing. Karen is very controlled with what she lets us know about her life. And yes, we knew that, we did know about some of these things. I'm not going to say all of it was a secret or all of it was unknown, but I just don't know. Like, this is just, I would love to get more of the story. I would love for Karen to have, and I know nobody's interested in this but me, but I would love for Karen to have like a special where we're going back to Virginia and we're learning about her family, and we're going back to the plantation. Okay, clearly that's only me. Anyway, let's get back to this. And Giselle sort of feels the same way. Giselle was like, it's really nice to get to see the other side of Karen, and Karen was, I feel like Karen let her guard down just a little bit. Now, do I think that some of this was a little I want to show you who I am type of thing? Sure it was. And why not? Why not? Let her go back and let her share and tell, and brag on her family and all of that. Like, I think that's a great thing. So we'll get back to them. Now, back in DC, we have Robin hooking up with Candace to have a little sit down, little snacky snack, and to talk about some things. Now, is it a rule in the what's this thing called? In the Bravo Housewives rule book that says that whenever y'all meet up, you have to tell the other person, you look good, girl, you look good. Girl, you look cute. Oh my gosh. Robin got to Candace's house. Robin had on a baseball cap, a black sweater, and a pair of jeans. And Candace was like, girl, you look cute. No, she looked all right. Like, she looked like she was dressed to go over a friend's house to have a little lunch. Like, she did. Anyway, so Candace was talking about, they basically, Robin let Candace know what had happened down to the meeting down to Karen's house. And what we found out was that Karen had told Candace to press charges. Now, I think that's a bit of information that I'm sure Monique knows now. But in that moment, I bet you Monique didn't know that Karen had told Candace, girl, you better go on down there to that police station and file you a good old police report. I said, Okay, Karen. And later on in the episode, Karen admits that that's what she said. She said, listen, I told her, like, if the way you feel, you feel very strongly about what happened, you might need to go talk to the popo, right? Then Robin let Candace know that Monique had no remorse, which Monique didn't. In that meeting, Monique said, I don't regret it. I have no remorse. And that upset Candace all over again, because Candace was like, how could you do something like that to me and not have any remorse? And I understand what Candace is feeling in that moment. I do. I get it. Okay. Um, and then Robin starts talking about how she's disappointed in Karen. And I just feel like, why is nobody understanding that Karen's in a bad situation? She's friends with both of these women. She doesn't like what Monique did or agree with what Monique did, but she doesn't feel like Monique should be chastised and never spoken of again and banished from the group. Like, and it just seems like the rest of the ladies, for the exception of Ashley, feel like Monique should just be banished. And I just feel like, you know what? She did it. It happened. It was not a great moment, but I don't know. At what point, where's the point of forgiveness? Anyway. So, then we found out about Robin. Now, Robin, listen, I missed this whole story. Maybe because I didn't care. Maybe because it was just same script, different cast. But Robin owes $90,000 in tax debt. Now, I'm going to say this. One, this is me. Don't put nothing in my comments about what you do. That's great. This is me. Because I don't like playing with the IRS, I don't do my own taxes. I pay the money for a professional. Somebody that is trained in it. They know the rules. The tax laws change all the time. And especially with complicated taxes. Like, Robin, you have income coming in from different places. I'm sure you get paid stipends for different, like, maybe events that you show up at and stuff like that, that they may or may not tax. So that's like a whole different situation you dealing with a lot of taxes. And Robin said that she forgot to file some papers and she didn't do some things right because she was doing her own taxes. And then she forgot to, include some income. She forgot to put in some income. Now, let me be clear. That has happened to me, and I'm a nobody, okay? I've gotten stipends for different, things I've participated in as an educator, and they didn't pay the taxes. And I remember one time it was $1,000, right? That's all it was $1,000. I forgot to claim it. Child. But long story short, you can file an amendment to your taxes when you remember. And it sounds like that's what Robin didn't do. She said, come to find out, it was just some paperwork I could have done that could have avoided this whole situation. But in the meantime and in between time, child, until she gets it taken care of, she owed the government $90,000. And she said that's created a snowball effect because now they were looking for a house. They can't look for a house because she's got a lien and this, and this, and that, and da-da-da-da-da, boo-da, bang. Child, bye. Same script, different cast. Wendy, and the funny thing was, Candace was like, but weren't you the one that called out Karen and didn't understand how Karen could not know that she had tax issues, and now you saying you ain't know that you had see how easily that can happen. You see how that karma thing works? See how it just smacks you in the face when you think that you so high and mighty and you did something different and you better than, and you move, child. Then we had Wendy talking to her sister, and she said, her sister is sort of like her hero, and she looks up to her and her big sister. And she was talking to her about her concerns, and she was saying how she's scared to talk to their mom, not really knowing how their mom is going to react. And her sister was like, listen, mama going to be tripping. Like, you know it and I know it. Mama going to be tripping. But I got your back. Like, that's really what it boils down to. You're going to have the conversation. You know how she's going to feel. And, Wendy brought up a good point. Wendy was like, listen, I have felt like my whole life, it's never been about me. It's always been about other people. And my mom loves the fact that my sister and I are both doctors because it gives her a lot of clout, basically. But my thing is, if Wendy decides to go and let's say she decides to start a consulting firm, she really likes the political commentary, and she decides to start a consulting firm dealing with politics or whatever the situation is, She still got the damn PhD. Like, the letters don't go away just because you're not teaching at Johns Hopkins. So you're still a doctor. You still have your PH and the D. So I get it. I feel bad though, because, you know, she just feels like she lived her whole life for her mom, and now she's ready to kind of do her own thing, and she's just really afraid of how her mother's gonna feel about it. But she told her mama, her sister told her, girl, you just gonna have to, get that thing together, because mama gonna trip. Like, it just is what it is. So Robin and Juan, I fast forwarded through half of it. So y'all, I don't know what they talked about. I'm just going to be honest. But they were doing this whole role thing where Robin showed up with a black wig down, long wig, and she was trying to be sexy, and they was trying to flirt with each other, and it was awkward and it was weird. And they basically ended up talking about Robin's tax issues. And Juan was like, yeah, I've been there and done that, but this one's on you. Like, you screwed up. But, it is what it is. I love you. We're going to make it work. Whatever. All right. Boom. Karen at homecoming, honey. Karen is the grand dame that she always said that she was. I thought Karen looked cute. She had a little powder blue suit, honey, and she was riding that Bentley through town, honey. And Ashley and Giselle thought they was going to be riding in that Bentley with her. And Karen said, oh, no, y'all can go sit on a tent and wait for me to get back. Y'all go sit over there on the tent, under the tent, and I'll be back after I ride around, throw some candy at some babies, okay? And Giselle, then them green eyes came out. Now, she was cool the night before, but now that she can't be a part of the main attraction, now she kind of feeling a little jelly, talking about some, oh, I understand now. Karen just bought us here so she could brag. Karen just bought us here so she could brag on her and show us who she is. Okay, so you the big wig in this small town. Okay, well, where you the big wig at? It ain't New Birth. Oh, did I say that? I'm sorry. So Ashley and her have a conversation about basically the growing pains and the whole marriage situation, and them her understanding how Karen and Ray kind of grew apart, and that's just not that's not who you marry. You grow up and things change. She said that's kind of where me and Michael are now. Like, I'm not the person he married, and with motherhood and things have changed, like I'm not that girl anymore, and he's gonna have to just change and adjust and understand that. So then we have Candace and her mama. They gonna go adopt a dog. She thinks she want a dog. She said that she's still trying to see if she's ready to have a baby, and she's always had pets, so she want to get a dog. So she down to the dog adoption place, and her mother's with her. And basically her mama told her, listen, girl, like, I don't appreciate nobody putting their hands on you, and I don't understand why you didn't immediately go down to the police station and file a report, because that is what we do. So we know that it ended up becoming a criminal case, so we know that's where we headed with this. Then we see Karen go and visit her family church, and the last time she was there was when she buried her father. And once again, a lot of history there, a lot of history involving the black folk of the county and Karen's life and how she became the woman she was. She talked about when she got saved. She talked about how she used to speak at the church. And then she sort of had a moment. She had a little breakdown, a little moment. She went in the back with her cousin and she cried. You could hear her crying, but it was a moment, and she said, listen, I'm not sad, but it's just a moment. I'm full, my cup is kind of full. Now, what I thought was the best part of the episode was the last 5 minutes of the episode. We see Monique meeting up with her pastor and the first lady, and her and Chris. And this is what I like, okay? Pastor called Monique out. He did it in a nice way, and he did it with love. But Monique started talking. And Monique started that same bullshit about how Candace provoked her, and this isn't who she is, and she doesn't, know how she allowed somebody to get her out of her comfort zone and get her to this place. And Pastor said, well, you know what? When I met you, you were a fighter. So that dispels the whole I don't fight thing, She said, when I met you, he said, when I met you, you were a fighter. And you had to be growing up because you were bullied and you went through these things, and you sounds like she had to take care of her family, or she was maybe had some responsibility at an early age. And then if you read between the lines, he said, and then you met Chris and you had to keep proving yourself to him. So, you read between those lines, I let you know that their relationship, their dating relationship, was a little bumpy. He said you had to keep proving yourself to him. And now you're with these group of women, and if you heard what he said, who are not impressed with what you've accomplished. And that's frustrating to you. I said, Pastor, you better break this thing down, honey. You better break this thing down. He letting her know. He telling her. He said, we need to get away from blaming, and we need to start taking some responsibility and have some accountability. And he brought Monique around, and he made Monique understand. Monique said, I took out my anger that had been building up in other places, and I took it out on Candace, and she didn't deserve that. She did not deserve that. I said, well, ding, 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 ding. And Chris even said, listen, I feel bad that I haven't called, Candace's husband, Chris, because I really like his friendship. Like, we really are friends. And I feel bad because I feel like me not calling him, maybe he's feeling like, oh, well, he ain't called me. What's up? And of course, we know Monique hadn't called Candace, and she said, I need to talk to Candace and I need to apologize. Now, what Monique said happened is that she did reach out to production to have a sit down with Candace. And by that time, she said the very same day as when she got the letter from Candace's attorney, which of course ended all of that. That's what Monique said had happened. But I thought that was a good conversation she had with her pastor. He ain't never raised his voice. He brought it around to Monique, that Monique understood that all those excuses, it doesn't matter. You are wrong. Monique, you're wrong. So anyway, that was the episode. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop it in the comments. Peace.